Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us in Studio A in the Annenberg Media Center. My name is Ashton Griffith, and I'm joined by Lizzy Solorzano, a defensive specialist for one of the USC intramural volleyball teams. Lizzy, thank you for joining me today. How are you?
I'm doing well, Ashton. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I wanted to ask you because you're also in the Annenberg master's program, specialized journalism. You told me you went to undergrad at Oregon, and so you played volleyball almost all your life except for when you were at Oregon. What made you want to continue that here?
So in Oregon, I didn't play at the University of Oregon. I did not play volleyball. I think I tried to join an intramural team, but it was a little bit too late. And I think I had actually tried out for the club team and I did not make it. And not gonna lie, that did feel a little bit discouraging. But that's when I realized, okay, I guess I'm at a point in my life where I should focus on what I really want to do. So I put a lot of my heart in, journalism work. So being here, I realized as a grad student, we only have 1 year. So I was like, you know what? Let me make the most out of this 1 year. I do regret not trying again in the University of Oregon. So I didn't want to make that same mistake. I wanted to at least try because, even if I don't make a team or if it doesn't work out, and it almost didn't, then I can at least say that I've tried. And I think that that's kind of how I want to live my life with like no regrets, or at least fewer.
And so, how has the season been for you, like this semester?
So this semester, the season, well, we've played strong, but we did not have any wins. And I think that's okay. I can honestly say that we really gave it our all. We fought hard. A lot of the games were really close. Oftentimes in the second set, the score ending like 23-25, like more often than not. I know that we fought really hard, but it was just really difficult, especially, with it being co-ed. We had more girls than a lot of the other teams. A lot of them were just like mostly guys. So they had a lot more hitters and a bigger advantage over us.
So, how was that, I guess, experience for you playing with a lot of guys? Like, was there a aggression aspect that came into it? Like, I want to play better because I'm going up against a bunch of guys, and we already know how that stigma is. Did
Yeah.
you see any disrespect from the other team?
Oh, definitely, especially because so it's different in Oregon because at least in intramurals, volleyball intramurals in Oregon, they're a little bit more regulated with like volleyball officials, and I was one of them. But here it's more like kind of like self-led,
Mm.
and so there aren't a lot of people saying, "Hey, don't disrespect the other team," and so I did face that a lot. Because, for example, there was a guy on the other team. He was saying, "Okay, like let's switch sides," and we're like, "No, this score's not 25. Like it's early," and he's like, "No, we switch at 21." Like, and he was like being very like mean about it. And I'm like standing up for the team, so he's being like mean to me. And then I'm like saying, no, that's not how volleyball goes. Like ever, when do you ever switch at 21? And so then we ask, even though she's not like an official, she works at the rec for intramurals. We asked like this girl that was working there, and she's like, yeah, no, you switch at 25. And that's when I got disrespectful, and I was like, how are you gonna be loud and wrong? Because he was like arguing with me. He's like, yeah, read the rule book. I was like, oh my gosh.
Like
And
undermining you.
yes, and a lot of the times, it's just in volleyball, I like to be like the loudest on the court, especially like cheering on every point. But they're like laughing at us a lot. There's a lot more like um smack talking, and just kind of like ooh, or just like it's like not that. Where's the sportsmanship?
And some people might say, well, it's not like a, and that's the next question I wanted to ask you. What keeps you going with this volleyball passion that you have since, like, you're not getting any money or you're not getting like a title or anything like that?
So actually, it's interesting you asked because I am so glad. I even tell my mom this. Like, I'm really glad that I took the opportunity to even just play. I tried and I did it, and I am so glad that I took that initiative because it had actually reignited my passion for volleyball that I hadn't felt in such a long time. That flame has like dimmed, for like the longest time. And so being on the court and just even though I didn't get anything out of it, it was being on a team with like a shared goal because I joined a team and I didn't know anybody. So I didn't have like friends or anything. So like I was coming in completely new and just ready to take this whole experience on. And so I really liked having that kind of community, just like, being on a team and like trying to win or at least trying your hardest, and if not, like at least you don't suffer alone. You take a loss and it's like, hey, it's okay. But having that kind of community, and even just for me, like I said, having that energy of me being the loudest on the court is like for every point that we get, I am like screaming, I am jumping up and down. I have videos to prove it. I am the loudest in the gym. And even like the other teams would be like, oh my God, like look at her, and we're losing. But still, it's just having that. I was like, wow, I want to continue in my like adult life, even just I want to find like a recreational center and join another team with people that I don't know. I want to keep this going.
And how do you separate it from becoming like overwhelming while you're going through your master's degree? Because you might have classes all day, and then you go to practice or prepare for your game, and sometimes it might switch from being a hobby to feeling like a chore. So how do you keep it as something enjoyable for you?
So for me, I had actually been going to the gym, and whenever going to the gym felt like a chore, this was very nice because it's a nice form of exercise that you don't realize. It's exercise. You're having so much playing, you're getting so into the game that you don't realize that your heart's racing and you're like sweating through your shirt by the end of it. And so it felt more of like a release for me than it did like an extra stress. So with everything going on, I felt a lot better.
Yeah. And last question, we can end it off on a kicker here. Will you be back next semester to play again for intramural?
I'm not sure that's if they offer volleyball in the spring. I know for Oregon they had like spring volleyball where it was like you play on like grass fields. I don't know if they'll have something
Like beach
similar.
volleyball?
I definitely want to look into like beach volleyball. If not at USC, then we're near a beach in LA. Definitely looking for local organizations where I can continue to play for sure.
And one more. I just
Mhm.
thought into my mind. What would you tell somebody that doesn't necessarily know much about volleyball? Like, what would you tell them about the sport and what it offers?
Oh my gosh. If it's so funny because everybody kind of like does it. You ever play like a balloon game where you like never let the balloon hit the floor? It's that just more intense. It's so fun. You use like literally any part of your body to just get it up. And it's the energy that people bring. Like I said, like on an actual like volleyball team, it's so loud. Everybody's cheering, everybody's talking. It's a communication like sport. And so I think the energy is really what's it called? Like contagious. And so anyone who's interested in volleyball, definitely recommend getting into it cuz even if you don't know how to play, just let it touch a body part. Get it up and that's it, and then like you're golden. It's a really good sport to just like I said, have that release and just have fun with all the energy.
Well, thank you so much, Lizzie. That's unfortunately all the time we have here today. And thank you for joining us on another interview here in Studio A in the Annenberg Media Center. I'm Ashton Griffith, and we'll see you on the next one.